The last new roller coaster to open up at Canada's Wonderland was in 2019 with Yukon Striker. That gave them the big three. They had Leviathan, Behemoth, and Yukon Striker, three big B&Ms. It's about time they add something new, and they're sending out a new survey to get people's opinions.
Yes, on there are three options. We have a B&M, a B&M, and a GCI.
Yeah, so this is cool. So it's always fun, first of all, when theme parks are like trying to get people's input. You know, they want to hear
I
what
think it's great.
Everyone says, and they have some ideas. And this does not mean this is what is happening. A lot can change between now and then. They could get some feedback that's like, okay, this ride works, but this theme does not work.
Or we hate everything. You never know.
Yeah, and so it is entirely possible that none of these will happen. And we don't even know when these could be happening. There's no way it'll be 2024. It's way too late, but 2025 is entirely possible.
So currently Canada's Wonderland is rocking 18 roller coasters. So clearly it is a Cedar Fair park that the chain really loves.
Yes, I believe it's the most popular seasonal park. Because, you know, Knott's is open year-round, so that's not really fair to compare it to. But, like, out of all the seasonal ones, I'm pretty sure they get the highest attendance.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a park that I have not been to yet, but I still feel like I know a decent amount that I can talk about it in an educated way.
Yeah.
So we have three different options here. Like we said, two of them are B&M, one of them is GCI. The two B&M coasters are both talked about as being launched wing coasters.
I think that both of those would make sense in this case because we don't have a winged coaster, first of all. We don't have a launch coaster at Canada's Wonderland.
Which is crazy with 18 roller coasters. Like, how?
Like, okay, their new Snoopy coaster's gonna have a launch. But, like, in terms of a
like
thrill
a
coaster,
ride,
they don't have that. This is a huge gap in their lineup. Now, you have three wooden roller coasters at Canada's Wonderland. Mighty Canadian Mindbuster is an out and back. You have Wild Beast, and then you have Ghoster Coaster, which is your kids' coaster. So something like this in a family thrill version like Zambezi Zinger, you were talking about a spiral lift here, would absolutely probably be the best wooden coaster in the park. There's not a whole lot of competition.
So talking a little bit more about the wooden coaster, here's the official description that Canada's Wonderland provided in the survey. Adventure and excitement await visitors to the small Canadian frontier mining town of Eureka Ridge Ghost Town. Familiar. And its signature wooden family coaster. Board your train car for a thrilling, harrowing, off-the-rails ride experience full of exciting drops, hair-raising turns, and a dynamic, explosive ending in the tunnels of an old abandoned gold mine.
I like the theme.
I like the theme too. It's very Knott's Berry Farm-esque.
Yeah,
is what I'm feeling. Because, I mean, they're going with Ghost Town, the mines. Like, I don't know. It's like, I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I think it would fit in where Yukon Striker is. Because, like, they've kind of built out that area a bit. And so, kind of like where the rapids is, I don't know, maybe even, like, take out the rapids. You could use that land and, like, kind of blend everything together. That could look really nice.
I think it's really interesting that they want to go with the spiral lift hill thing because the whole reason Worlds of Fun did it makes sense. Because they're paying homage to an old coaster. I guess maybe they just liked the look.
Yeah.
And, like, they're like, why don't we do it somewhere else? Which this one's not paying homage to anything.
Right. Which is cool. I mean, but also, granted, there's no guarantee that they even would go with a spiral lift. Like, Zambezi just opened, so maybe they're like, let's, like, think about it. But then maybe something happens with Zambezi. They're like, oh, actually, maybe let's just go traditional. Or maybe they keep it, and that's, like, the defining factor. Who knows?
I think that Ghost Town at Knott's Berry Farm is amazing. It kind of sounds like they're trying to make, like, a new land almost.
Yeah, or at least retheme. Do something with it.
So if they made it even like half as good as Ghost Town at Knott's Berry Farm, I think it'd be a win.
So option number 2, the concert coaster. This is an interesting one. Live out your greatest rock star dream as you and your bandmates go backstage behind the velvet ropes, hop on a wing coaster car, and launch, literally, onto a concert light-filled stage for the ultimate thrilling, pulse-pounding rock experience. A classic guitar riff sends you zooming over spectators' heads into a series of intense, high-speed inversions, all accompanied by your wing coaster's dynamic onboard audio system, blasting multiple classic audio tracks played by some of Canada's greatest bands. I couldn't even tell you a famous band from Canada. Goodbye. Honestly, wing seats with, like, onboard audio sounds a lot of fun. They're doing Rock and Roller Coaster. I mean, I like that, but
that's kind of what I was thinking, and it feels very, like, 90s, which is fun, but it's Cedar Fair, and, like, I
Would
know
the
they're
audio
stepping
work?
up. Well, it was more, I was thinking, like, yes, they're stepping up the theming for, like, new lands, but would they really theme a coaster that, like, it's a theme that could be really cool,
Yeah.
but also painfully cheesy if it's not done right, and I
feel
don't
like
know that it'd be done
it could
right.
absolutely be tacky.
Yeah,
I'm also
exactly.
imagining, like, what sort of set pieces and theming elements do you have go along with this? Like, it could just
It's
look
like cardboard cutouts of, like, a crowd, and you're like,
it's literally rock and roller coaster, but that like kind of works because it's indoors.
well, and it's like you're on your way to a concert there. Like, it's not like you're
Yeah.
on stage, so it's different.
Yeah, I don't know. This one, I think this one is not gonna happen. If I had to take a guess, this just seems like it's a neat idea, but I don't think it's very practical, and I don't
Does
feel
it
like
fit in with anything here?
No, not at all. I think it would be very out of place. I don't think this one would work.
Yeah, so that actually leads into the next one, because the next one is utilizing the mountain structure most likely that already exists there.
Yeah.
This would not work if they decide to do that, like a mountain, like it's coming out of a mountain into a concert. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
No. So this
That would
is
have to be its own thing.
right. So these are two different concepts for the same type of ride.
Yeah.
We're talking launch wing coaster. If they went with the concert one, I feel like they would have to clear some serious space for that one, because like the Canada's Wonderland has a lot there, but they would need to kind of create an entire area around this. I don't think they'd be able to squeeze it in like you could a Woody, because we're talking a full B&M. I mean, could be wrong. Honestly, I say take out flight deck and time warp. Just like build it right there up front. But
Honestly, fair.
So the mountain coaster,
Yes.
literally not a mountain coaster, but like a mountain
In
coaster.
the mountain. So I could describe this most accurately by saying it is a ripoff of Volcano the Blast Coaster. Like, they're literally advertising it as the Blast Coaster, how you're blasting out of a mountain and going through multiple inversions and la 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 la. It's just basically Volcano with wing seats by B&M.
Yeah, so here's the description.
I don't know how I feel about that.
A strange, unexplainable force has taken over the core of Wonder Mountain. That's literally the plot of Wonder Mountain's Guardian. Don't do the same thing twice. Anyways, strap into your wing coaster car and prepare for an exhilarating high-speed launch that propels you through the cavernous subterranean tunnel and into the heart of a mountain. Suddenly, you are blasted up and out of the summit's highest peak. Experience awe-inspiring views as you soar high above Canada's Wonderland and encounter a thrilling series of heart-pounding twists and dizzying turns.
It sounds like it would be partially inside the mountain.
That
So,
part
how
is
do you do that?
problematic. Yeah, so you have Vortex that goes on top of the mountain, Wonder Mountain's Guardian that goes to the left of the mountain, and then Thunder Run that goes to the right of the mountain. So
It's a very busy mountain.
you might be able to make room for something like this, but like again, if we're talking a wing train, the practicality,
boy.
it's a big dude. So like,
Yeah.
how are you going to fit this thing in? And then if it's going out the top, is that going to disrupt Vortex? Do you have to remove Vortex to make this concept work?
Not another vortex.
Maybe. It's an arrow suspended. These things are old.
Yeah.
Honestly, they might have to take that thing out if you want to make room for this.
Oh, but they're so cool. I know
They
they're
are
old, but I
cool.
really like them. But this would be very cool, as much as we're kind of like, oh, wow, that's like very Volcano-esque. It would be like a unique, cool thing for this park. So
Yeah.
I get it. But if I had to make the decision like alone, I think I would probably go with the GCI option.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Like, as much as this park needs a launch coaster, personally, I wouldn't go with a B&M.
I don't
for
think this is the launch coaster
Yeah.
they need.
I would say, honestly, like, a mock multi-launch would be a better fit than a B&M wing.
Like Copperhead kind of deal.
Sure, yeah,
Yeah.
or something like that. Like, if Cedar Fair's worked with them before, so, like, I mean, who knows? It's entirely possible. But I do like the wind coaster concept. I think it's the most practical. I think it would work really well. And then save the launch coaster for another time. Out of these options.
I mean, doing like a whole ghost town thing would be so cool for the park. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
that as someone who has visited so many times, and I clearly know what it all looks like. But it's okay. I love Ghost Town at Knott's, and if they could do something like that, I think it would be perfect.
Yeah, even if it's half as good. I think
Yeah,
it
if
would
it's
still
just
look
dulled
very
down.
nice
Yes.
in Canada's Wonderland. So
Absolutely.
let us know down in the comments below which one of these concepts you like most. Honestly, if the people from Canada's Wonderland see this video, then hey, you guys got a lot of feedback in the comment section.
I'm clearly they want feedback.
Absolutely. So
Let's send out a survey.
here's your feedback. Here's the take of 2 people, and there's gonna be a whole lot more people that have thoughts on it. So that's like hopefully that helps you make your decision. And I'm sure that whatever you come up with, whether it be this or something different, kind of inspired from that, I'm sure it'll be great.
I love how we switched from like talking to like our subscribers to like Canada's Wonderland. Like, hi, hello.
It's us. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next time.